Well, welcome back here then to Forthbank Stadium in Stirling. It is the semi-final day in the SSE Scottish Women's Cup, and now we've got a big tasty game for our second one. Hibs against Rangers, the holders against a side Rangers have improved steadily throughout the season under head coach Amy McDonald. Hibs coasted through the second round against Motherwell, but then maybe a surprise scoreline of 5-0 win against Celtic, but really played awesomely that day. And then a quarter-final game against second-tier Glasgow Girls with 9 goals scored in that one. And we are underway for the second semi-final. Lisa Robertson is possessing that. Katie Turner is away. McLaughlin in the centre. Turner continues. Oh, Elliott's missed it. McLaughlin, it's bouncing. And oh! I think we were expecting that one to hammer in. That was a no-nonsense. They absolutely terrifically won by Brown. And now the other side here, they're making the run forward. As Davidson, she's through here. Oh, and it's a wonderful save. Jenna Fife with the recent call up to the national team and showing her worth there. It was touched round, but officials have said goal kick. Mickey for McLaughlin. Katie Turner, oh, it's went in. Wonder if it took a nick off O'Neill or Gemmell on the floor. Getting back up to her feet, but Katie Turner will take it.
Number 18, Katie Turner.
So Amy Muir to deliver. Plenty up in blue. Oh, and they thought they'd scored, but pushing all over the back. Hunter with a switch here for McLaughlin. Right old scramble with Muir. McLaughlin carries on. Oh! Keeper stood still. Everyone stood still and waited for it to ripple into the corner of the net.
Goal scorer for Hibernian.
And all of a sudden, Hibs have got themselves a cushion here.
Number 12, Rachel McLaughlin.
Murray. Harrison. Smith. Slow towards Robertson. And, well, she took a millisecond more. She might have had time to curl round with the effort. Robertson doesn't score too many, but when she does, she seems to score the absolute long range pile drivers. Saying that, she does have 6 goals, 4 of them in the Scottish Cup. Turner, here is Robertson going to get it back. Here is the pile driver, and what did I just say? Doesn't score many, but scores the long range beauties. Our 5th cup goal. Our Rangers have been counted out in a horrible spell here over the last 6 or 7 minutes.
Goal scorer for
3-0.
3-0 in the afternoon. Number 6.
So he won't be there for the final, but try to steer his side to the final. Harrison, though, is picked up cheaply from Watson. McLaughlin, Robertson trying to get there. McLaughlin's going to get it back, and it's a wonderful save this time from Jordan Elliott. That's what she can do. Hunter lost her bearings. Here's Davidson. Looking for Sinclair in the middle. Couldn't quite get enough on it. Smith flings it wide for Harrison. Harrison takes a deflection that's saved. Could have went anywhere. Well, it did go anywhere, but thankfully for Elliott in the 68th minute. Robertson in for Harrison. And now she's scored. Just mentioned she's not going the act, but she has now.
Goal scorer for Hibernian, making the score 4-0 in the afternoon. Number 21.
Harrison top goal scorer for Hibs in all competitions. Our 4th cup goal, our 18th in all competitions. Lovely ball here. Turner at the other end, wriggling by. Wonderful from Elliott. So Burnley once more in towards Graham. Way by Gemmell. John Murray to lash one off the back of O'Neill. And eventually the pinball comes to an end, and that could fall here for Davidson. Can she get a goal for her side? Through a goal, Smith trying to get back. And it's straight at Fife, straight at the keeper. And they still cannot score in this semi-final. Clean sheet remains. Gallagher finds Harrison at this other side. Gemmell gets in the way. That was a big chance. Played almost 3 minutes value on time. But that will do. And it is a rematch of last season's final.
Forthbank Stadium in the SSE Scottish Women's Cup.
Hibs will look to defend their crown against Glasgow City once again at the end of the season. The showpiece SSE Scottish Women's Cup final for the second semi-final. Final score: Rangers 0, Hibs 4. Chris, Hibs through to another final, defending your title, rematch of last year. It was a clinical, particularly that 5-6 minute spell in the first half. Performance from you, how did you see it?
Well, we knew it was going to be played at a right intensity early on. We expected Rangers to come at us, press us high and try and make it difficult. So we just said to the girls to try and play in their half, in the first part of the game. Maybe play a little bit longer, play less short passes in our own area. And it was competitive. We had chances early, but at the same time we were under a lot of pressure ourselves. And when we broke the deadlock, I was that like you said, that little period where we went and scored the 3 goals really settled us for the rest of the half. And second half it was just a case of managing it and making sure we didn't overcommit, but still looking for that 4th goal. So not a perfect performance, but it's also our 4th game in 10 days, so it's been a fair challenge. It's the 3rd game this week, so really pleased with the way the girls have stood up to that, and credit to Rangers. I thought that the way they played was really, really good today, so pleased to be in another cup final, definitely.
Is it going to be a bit bittersweet for you? You've helped the team get to the final, but obviously you're off to Bristol shortly.
Aye, I mean, certainly no better. I just really hope that the girls can go on and win the competition, and I'll always want them to do well, but of course I would have liked to have been here for the cup final as well, but as timings go, it was something that I couldn't really control. The job was now, so one more game in Aberdeen and then that'll be me. So sad times, but also exciting. Sad to leave such an incredible group of girls and staff. They really are an incredible bunch, and I've loved working with them, and I'll certainly miss working with them. But I'm also excited, moving on to a new challenge. Just wish the timings could have been a bit easier, but their season's just started and ours are just finishing, so we'll do the bit. I'll just have to get on with it.
Well, Amy, it was a good game to watch. Both sides had plenty of chances, but was that 6-7 minute spell in the first half the clinical part of the game for you?
Yeah, I think when the referee disallowed the goal, we've not dealt with it very well mentally, and then we've switched off a little, and that's caused us to concede another 2 goals. So when you're going in at half time, if you win at half time, whether it's 1-1 or 1-0, you've got a different mentality, you know that you can really push. But against a really quality side like Hibs, then 3-0 is really difficult to come back from. But credit to the players, because they never gave up, they kept pushing to the end. Then we get the second goal disallowed. So it's just difficult.
Lisa, through to another Scottish Cup final. How do you sum up that performance today?
I thought we created a lot of chances and done well. Maybe could have took a lot more than we did, but we're quite happy with a 4-0 win. Thought Rangers came out and had a goal, impressed us, but I think we dealt with it quite well. And like you say, we're through to the cup final, and that's why we were here today, to make sure we were there.
About 30 seconds before you scored, I said something in commentary about Lisa Robertson likes an absolute rocket, and there you were, there on cue. It was some strike.
Yeah, it was. I headed the ball, put it into Katie played it back, and I was like, oh, just got to ping this. and it went.
That spell though, that was the end of a spell in that 6-7 minutes where it was 0-0 and then all of a sudden 3-0. How good was that to get those 3 quick fire goals?
That's really good. I mean, that's why you keep going and you keep persistent. Like if your chances are only going in, you never give up. You keep creating them, because you know eventually they'll end up in the back of the net. And like you said, free and quick concession sets us up for the second half quite well.